Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and this is my late review of God of War. I played it on the PS4 because that's what it's on. So God of War classically took place in Greece, and it has now moved to, I have no idea, Northern Europe, really. It's very, very Norse now. So like Sweden, Norway kind of areas. As I'm sure anyone who is paying attention to this has seen, Kratos now has a big beard, he looks very Viking-ish, but he is still very much the same Kratos of the old games. Who he is has changed a little bit because, I mean, this is well after the events of what happened in the previous God of Wars. He once again had a family, he has a son now, and his son Atreus is an interesting character and very well done. So is Kratos' interaction with Atreus. And that is very core to the story of this game because, well, it's a father-son journey. Kratos' wife has just died. They're taking her ashes to the highest peak in the realms. Obviously, it can't be that simple, and I won't go into it, but I can say that obviously things get far more complicated. And those complications are fantastic because they work so very well and they're very well done. The story itself is excellent. I really enjoyed it. So as for the audio in this game is amazing. Every aspect of it is fantastic. The voiceover work is wonderful. Every character you interact with, to the two main characters themselves, every bit of voiceover work is so well done. The music is fantastic. The sound effects during the combat, or just the ambient ones, they all work so well together to create an amazing feat in storytelling. As for the gameplay, this is very unique for God of War. It's very different from the God of War of old. The camera is over the shoulder now, so that is new and different. The Blades of Chaos are gone. You now have the Axe Leviathan, and that changes up combat. The combat system itself is very different. It's familiar but different, which is nice because it's a good, like, bridging the gap. There's a lot of RPG elements in this game, from leveling to enhancing your weapons, changing your gear, as in your, like, shoulder armor, your gauntlets, etc. You can also get gear for Atreus and upgrade his stuff. It's really neat, and it can affect the combat. Obviously, better ways. It gives you more moves. It's just fantastic. The amount of depth they've gone into is really impressive. And I like that the new gear does alter the way your axe looks, the way your armor looks, the way Atreus' bow looks, etc. It's really interesting and in-depth. Not only that, the gameplay is now, it's a much more open world experience. There's a lot of exploration, a lot of exploration. Not only is the main story oh man, so much longer than previous God of War games. But on top of that, you can do so much exploration. There's so many side missions and like side missions essentially. There's just a lot of collectibles, a lot of stuff to do. So onto the controls. The controls, fantastic. Just so very responsive. They do exactly what you want them to do. Man, I never had a problem once with the controls in this game. I was really impressed with that. Lastly, the graphics. This is hands down the most beautiful game I have ever seen on a console to date. I mean, it's stunning. Every aspect of this game is stunning. From the enemy design to the designs of things like Jormungand, that's the world serpent for those who don't know its name, to the weapons, to Kratos. You can see detail in his skin, his beard. You could probably pause it and count his beard hairs if you wanted to. It's that detailed. Like, not only that, like, when you're walking through snow, you will leave footprints. You will leave a trail through deeper snow. You will leave footprints in the sand. It's stunning. I love those tiny details because it makes the world more real. The other thing this game does that I love, the other thing this game does graphically that I absolutely love is that when you change out your armor, your gauntlets, your shoulder pad, etc., it shows in the cutscenes. In your cutscenes, you will be wearing that gear. That's something I've always kind of noticed in games that don't do it, so to see it in God of War, I'm like, yes, just yes to that. So to wrap this up, if you can't guess what I'm gonna say next, then you really weren't paying attention, because this game is as close to perfect as I have ever seen a game be. From the visuals to the audio to the experience as a whole, from gameplay to graphics, I haven't played a more impressive game yet. This is like an instant classic in my mind. Probably the best God of War, because they just took it to another level, which is very impressive because sequels almost never fully live up. You know, they may reach the same level, but they rarely surpass, and in this case, I feel like it surpassed the previous God of War games. Not to ever downplay them, but to put it simply, brand new God of War 2018 is 100% a recommend. If you own a PS4, you need to play this game. If you've been considering buying a PS4, go buy it and buy this game. If you haven't been considering a PS4, go buy one and buy this game. It's that good and there's so much to do. I loved it. Okay, so in the comments below, why don't you tell me who your favorite Norse god is? And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. And if you like what I'm doing in general, share, subscribe. Have a good one.